and one of the grand traditions is the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see, the number in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Guys, we'll kick it away to start us off. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Movement here from the tight end. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. On first down, here comes this offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They want to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries. Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, #1 versus #2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
The Wolverines decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Slips through the line. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Trying to get to it. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that. Last time these two met, Ohio State didn't just fight that team across the field. They pretty much knocked them out, stomping Michigan.
Yeah, it was a heavyweight knockout, too. They were throwing haymakers right from the opening bell. We know that Ohio State recruits at such a high caliber, and they're consistently pumping guys into the NFL. First-round talent as well. Last year's game, all of their best players, they showed up big.
And Michigan had no answer, and now does Michigan have an answer this year? Because it's another talented Buckeye team. Every year you're going to play the Buckeyes, they're going to be talented. Michigan has to make the game physical. Michigan has to play their brand of football if they want to change the outcome.
They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Works the middle of the field. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
Out of the gun to give to the back. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoff.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in the college football playoff.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking about it, more people are spreading it. So, obviously, to do it on this stage will go a long way to determine whether this team gets in the playoff.
And, David, I know there's a part of you that wonders what if had you played tight end. You and I have been out in the field pregame before. We've been spinning it around with your athleticism. I know you wonder what it would have been like to go make plays like that.
I tell you what, I do wonder what if now, Jesse, because now you can't hit these guys. Like, you're not allowed to hit them high, all the targeting, like, I got hurt. So, yeah, it might have been that bad of a living.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Quarterback keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Buckeyes. On to attempt the try. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
give to the running back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's right on target. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
3rd down, the focus of the defense has to shift, has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
From the gun, running back gets the give. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Got the quick pass. Touchdown, Wolverines! What a catch and run for 6.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
PAT unit on the field. Smashes it through for the PAT. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Howard. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that coming out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Gives it to the back on the draw. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player. But this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game. But these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State, the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you could pick so many.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On second down, they'll take to the air. What a snag by the defense. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Looking to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Second down coming up. From the gun, running back on the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Line is set on third down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He slings it deep to the left. Intercepted. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Third in Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that first down, makes the big mistake. And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Oh, man, the big fellas, they usually have the soft hands. Your security blanket is your tight end, but that one hit him in the hands, and he just couldn't pull it in.
And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
They're just treating the entire stadium as if it's four-down territory. Odd decision here to go for it, fourth and very, very long. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Makes the catch. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Direct snap. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive there.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. Turns it on in midfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They go to the ground. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Brady. Finds a crease at the 20. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Coming after it. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Ooh, and I love the running back here running into the blitz. He saw the extra defender. He was able to put his foot in the ground and make a miss. That was a good play.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see, bring your feet. Yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah, those are all great things to keep in mind, but we're also trying to tackle another grown man against his will and get him on the ground. And by the way, he wasn't happy.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Greer. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. These corners backing off a bit. Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking to take a shot. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Moving out of the pocket. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the 1st down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Well, this offense can get after you a variety of ways in the running game. One of the ways they do it is by using their wide receivers on jet sweeps. Good example right there.
Getting some heat. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So a drive there of 82 yards, and it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch called for and made. way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
He'll send out 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brady. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He'll come out throwing on first down. Makes the catch. It's Cummings. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. To the air on first down. Looking down the middle. Wide open downfield. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They want to run this quarterback. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. 5 wide receivers on 2nd and goal. That's room for the quarterback to run and a lot of receivers for the defense to contend with. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines!
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic, they got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And the point after is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Fielded in the end zone. It's Greer. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll throw it on first down. They're trying to get to it. Ball in the air, intercepted! And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
One thing I love about this linebacker, guys, he's really good against the run, but he's also nice in coverage, too. That time, a cover 2 look by the defense, so he's just playing in space. He's watching the quarterback's eyes. He's able to jump the route and come away with a turnover.
A great spot to start this drive for the offense. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. Threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. That is no good. And here in the third quarter, it is still a tie ball game. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Wolverines will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, and it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. He wants to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
On second down, just keeps firing. Caught over the middle. It's Howard. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. He's a one-man wrecking crew on this defensive front. This is the type of performance that can etch you in Wolverine lore forever.
And it's a great lore to be etched in. Obviously, year after year, you see so many dominant guys in the trenches. And this is how it's done. You stop the run first, get them in passing situations, pin your ears back, and go.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you'll look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. And the Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Running it back, it's Greer. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. First down for the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Going up top on first down. Pressure coming. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And that one's too high and too wide, out of bounds and incomplete.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it. But I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Looking left. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
That's a really nice throw. And you think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you. This is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field. This guy has this skill set. That's why he's out there on the field right now. He allows this offense to really go, and he's playing at a high level.
Corners are going to bail. Leaves it with the back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Going over the top. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there.
And Reese, listen, we already know. He already threw the interception the last drive. We got to get this together. This is a couple bad plays that we put together now. If I'm an OC, I'm going to make this simple. Maybe I run the football. Maybe I get him a screen. Something easy maybe to get him a little bit back in a rhythm.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Right back to the well. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Handoff from the gun. Smashes ahead. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And they corral him at the 2-yard line. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. Touchdown, Michigan! They've got the lead here in the 4th. They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it out. It's Howard. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. These DBs going to give a little cushion. They'll give it to him again. What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some 1st downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Gets it out quickly. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man down the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Eight-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. The give to the tailback. And the Buckeyes are stopped, but not before getting the 1st down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Quickly complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
They'll go to the ground. Relying on that running game inside the... Got 3 to the 11. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Running back searching for a hole. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
They'll try the run. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. He's up to 81 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. They'll run it. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. From the gun on 3rd down. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it.
He's off to the races. The 40. Past the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. Number 8. They'll line up for the extra point, and at this juncture, every point matters. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll call for the fair catch here. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Quarterback checking the play. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He makes the connection. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. A designed run for the quarterback. And the Wolverines pick up the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Here's a throw downfield late. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Wolverines. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they've got it locked up in the final minute after the touchdown and extra point. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, and get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in great position.
Power football with the run. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Rides to the back. Across the 25, he's got room. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Line getting set on second down. Snap it to the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. He splits to the uprights and puts 3 on the board. They have taken the lead in the final seconds, guys, and the celebration has erupted on the sideline. That last field goal gave them a 3-point lead. Now to see if they can cover the kickoff and keep them out of field goal range. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. That was fun, and it was big time, and it is a confidence builder to come through waning moments and win a game like that.
Confidence builder, dream maker, right? Those are the things you dreamed about in the backyard, throwing it up with the clock running down. You're going to make the play to win. Your offense is going to come through in the clutch. Jesse, that's exactly what they did.
No doubt about it, David. That's a tough situation to be in. There's so much pressure on these individual players to have to step up and have to make that big play. But you could see the belief they had in each other, the respect they have for each other, and now moving forward, this is a huge confidence builder for this team.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.